Students, welcome to my channel Learner's Nest. Today we are going to do the poem A Thing of Beauty by John Keats. John Keats is remembered as a British romantic poet. He was a great surgeon, but he tried to devote himself to poetry. And the secret of his poetry was nature. He has very beautifully written and analyzed each and every aspect of nature. In this poem, this is basically an excerpt from the Greek legend Endymion, a poetic romance where Endymion was a beautiful young shepherd, and once he had a dream about the moon goddess Cynthia. And that youth was enchanted. He resolved to seek her out, and he wandered through the forest and down under the sea. This poem from John Keats, A Thing of Beauty is a Joy Forever. It is about nature, and the poet has used allegory in this. Allegory is the literary device which the poet has used. Allegory is the poetic device where the poet tries to, have conveyed deeper meanings in the form of symbols, figures, actions, or imagery. So let us begin the poem. A thing of beauty is a joy forever. Its loveliness increases. It will never pass into nothingness. So according to the poet, he wants to say that a beautiful object gives eternal joy to the one who seeks it. Its charm will increase with the passage of time, and beauty leaves an everlasting impression on the minds. And it can never be reduced to nothingness. But it will keep a bower quiet for us and asleep, full of sweet dreams and health and quiet breathing. So the impression of the beauty, every time lurks in our minds, and it is always preserved in our mind as a sweet memory. So it will be in the form, it provides a form of a shade. Bower means shade. So it provides a form of a shade of sweet dreams which revive and flash upon our mind when we are sleeping. Beauty is also there when we are meditating with a healthy mind, or we are just quietly breathing. These beautiful thoughts and memories, they are binding us to the earth. So, therefore on every morrow are we wreathing a flowery band to bind us to the earth. So all these, out of all the despair and disappointment, still, with every passing day and every morning, we are always prepared to have a band which we put on our heads. It's the wreath of flowers that, it strengthens our bond with the earth. In spite of the despair and disappointment, these are the two integral features of life. So we often suffer pain and loss of hope because, there is absence of goodness and nobility. There is jealousy. People are selfish. They are inhuman. So this makes us very sad also. And, gloomy means those are the sad days which we experience. Of all the unhealthy and the darkened ways, these are the darkened ways and unhealthy things because people are jealous of each other. They are very selfish. They do not have sympathy for others. So man strives and struggles searching a way out of darkness and gloom. In spite of experiencing sadness and remorse, he is able to find his happiness in some form or the other. That is in the form of beautiful things. So, some shape of beauty moves away the pall from our dark spirits. So, all the objects of beauty, they help the person to drive away sadness from this dark and gloomy self. Thank you.